shadow of Mordor. You are Talion, a ranger of Gondor and a guardian of the Black Gates, until the night Sauron and his black captains returned to Mordor, killing everyone you've ever loved and leaving you for dead. This walkthrough takes place several hours into the game and focuses on the Nemesis system, a next-gen living world which creates unique personal enemies on every playthrough. In this instance, Talion's mission is to kill the Uruk war chief Orthog. And in order to get to him, Talion is going to hunt down one of his henchmen, an Uruk captain called Ratbag, who Talion has tracked to this village. Like every enemy you face in the Nemesis system, Ratbag and Orthog are completely unique to this gameplay instance. There are no generic canned enemies. Within this dynamic living world, every interaction between Talion and his enemies has a direct effect on Uruk society. Ratbag has already met Talion and survived, and his unique personality has evolved to shape this gameplay encounter. He's now been promoted to a new job as a slaver, which is why we can find him in this village persecuting the humans below. Talion's quest for vengeance is aided by a mysterious undying spirit, a wraith. This wraith transforms Talion and gives him the power to pursue his enemies into Mordor, and it enables him to move between the physical world and the wraith world. In the wraith world, Talion can identify his enemies, such as Ratbag, and return to the real world to confront them.
Grave Walker!
You left my master to burn, so I'm gonna cut you slow and savor every twitch.
Memory is an important feature of the Nemesis system, and Ratbag is never going to forget that he only just survived his last fight with Talion. This unique combination of personality and history will make him distinct from every other enemy Talion meets. Ratbag's a coward at heart, and he's going to run as soon as the odds turn against him.
Master, help me!
Again, Talion can put his wraith powers to use. One of the key powers of a wraith is the ability to dominate your enemies through terror and bend them to your will.
You will obey!
Now Ratbag is Talion's minion. He can be ordered to spy and feed back information, to spread terror by carrying the message of what he's witnessed here to build Talion's legend among Sauron's forces, or to be sent on a mission to assassinate his leader. Each choice creates a unique mission in the open world of Mordor. By entering Ratbag's mind, Talion can see his relationship with the other Uruk leaders, as well as their unique characteristics and abilities. Ratbag's master and the war chief in this area is Orthog, who has also had a previous encounter with Talion. In his case, a battle which left him severely scarred on the face. Orthog is very different to Ratbag. He's extremely tough and has many followers. Ratbag has almost no chance of killing him. But by creating an assassination mission, Talion gains the opportunity to follow Ratbag and finish off his enemy himself. In the open world, Talion can begin the mission at any time, but this walkthrough will fast forward to the assassination attempt. Playing as Talion opens up a world of creative choice about how to approach every mission. In this case, the cover of night and the rain creates a range of opportunities. Use bait to draw in trolls and Caragors to create a distraction. Take a direct combat approach. Or use a stealth approach to infiltrate and get as close to Talion's target as possible. Again, Talion moves into the Wraith world to identify Orthog, who's called this meeting. Ratbag, who's behind Orthog, can be recognized by the blue hand, indicating he is Talion's minion. We can also see Ratbag's supporters, who can be recognized by white hands. Since Talion now dominates Ratbag, he also controls his followers, allowing Talion to build his forces behind enemy lines.
My power and the power of our Lord.
For additional fire support, Talion's going to dominate this archer.
Soon we
Each follower can be triggered individually as part of a more tactical approach, or all at once, to cause infighting and chaos.
Will obey.
Distraction, so Talion can finish off what Ratbag starts.
going to kill. He's betrayed us. To deal with a great
Ratbag's attack severely damages Orthog, and although he has survived, Talion now has a major advantage going into battle.
That shuts you up.
You left me to burn. I'm gonna make you pay for that.
Through the Nemesis system, Orthog remembers his previous encounter with Talion, making this battle both unique and personal.
You burn my face, but I will burn your corpse. Tell your master, I am coming!
Let them carry word back to Sauron. When he comes for us, our pawns will be in place, and all Mordor will burn.
What is this place? Am I dead?
Father, look at me. I'm right here, son. I'm right here.
How is this possible?
You are banished from death.
You're it.
We'll be together, my love. Soon. Forever.
We will be together again soon, my love. What has happened to me?
The curse has bound us together.
And how do we break it?
We find the one who cast it on us.
I had a family once. A wife. And a son. And I buried them along with everyone I ever knew. this series, we will take a closer look at specific gameplay features and dive deeper into Middle-earth's Shadow of Mordor. We begin with a focus on Talion's weapons and the rune upgrade system. Runes add powerful buffs to Talion's weapons and are dropped as loot when enemy captains are vanquished. Exploiting the weaknesses of an enemy will influence the type of runes that drop, and combining different runes will increase the power of Talion's weapons in different ways. Epic runes are rare and powerful upgrades that can make Talion's weapons even more legendary. Crafting epic runes to his sword Urfael, his bow Askar, and his dagger Akarn will make them known and feared by every beast and enemy in Mordor. Finding an epic rune requires Talion to dominate a captain and have him deliver a death threat to his war chief. Hearing that Talion is after him and is promising a cruel death, the war chief surrounds himself with bodyguards for protection.
You want to fight? All he's got to do is ask.
Defeating the war chief and his gang is no easy task, but the reward is great. With the death threat fulfilled, the war chief drops an epic rune. This particular epic rune adds a powerful blast of fire arrows, and is only one example in a wide range of unique weapon upgrades. Through a variety of customizable rune combinations and his weapons, Talion will become a legend and brandish an arsenal without equal in all of Mordor.
Lady Marwen.
Why have you returned?
What have you seen in your visions?
Very soon, the Dark Lord and his army will march all over Mordor. But a great power can be awakened to prevent it.
Can the curse be broken?
Destroy the Black Hand.
How?
Your power begets followers, willing or otherwise. Find an orc leader, make him a war chief, and all his soldiers will be yours.
An orc army.
You haven't told me what you want in return.
Only that you learn what you are truly capable of.
Where am I to lead this army of mine?
I will show you.
He has left his mark on you, as I left mine on the ones he loved. Where is he? I thirst for slaughter.
He thirsts for the same thing as you. Keeps rising from the grave with the spirit that burns inside him. Drinks deep with slaughter. Yes. Moves like a ghost. Fights like a devil. I'll tell you, I've seen him face to face. He told me to tell you you're next.
You would do his bidding.
You will do.
Brave Walker! Enough of your games! Show yourself and I will kill you!
I wish you could.
We continue our gameplay feature series by exploring Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor's Nemesis system. The Nemesis system creates personal interactions with your unique enemies. Every enemy will remember their encounters with you.
Killed you? Now you're back? Just my rotten luck.
A coward could try to flee to fight another day,
I'm not staying around for this. Another day!
or a loyal captain could defend their master to the death.
You want my master? You gotta come through me. You ain't coming through me.
A warrior that strikes a death blow against Talion will gloat in a future encounter.
Is this some kind of joke? I killed you already.
Every reaction is informed by a combination of unique personality traits and past interactions, evolving the world around you in surprising ways.
Don't you move or I'll miss! I hate that!
Using the power of the Wraith, you may choose how to disrupt Sauron's war machine by creating power struggles within Orc society. Grow the power of your forces by helping them successfully complete missions. Or bring down Sauron's army from within by commanding your enemies to battle one another. Duels, beast hunts, and feasts.
Time to feast!
The Nemesis system creates a living, breathing, dynamic Orc society within Mordor, enabling every player to create their own unique villains and stories, and ensuring no two playthroughs are ever the same. As you kill, dominate, and terrify your way through the ranks of Sauron's forces, you can ultimately build your own powerful army, challenging the Dark Lord and bending Mordor to your will. Pre-order now to become the Dark Ranger and collect runes in challenge mode to jumpstart your game.
PlayStation.
Be wary. This creature leads us to peril.
Something not of this world left its mark on him. I sense it.
You feel he has answers?
For both of us.
The precious. It showed us. It showed us treasures of the Bright Master.
No more riddles.
We swore to serve the Bright Master.
I do not trust him. Do you not wish to know who I am?
We will remember Precious. We will make him.
You remember? A few broken images, yes. And now I wish that I didn't. Your family. Perhaps that pain is what connects us.
Why do we chase these dreams? They offer no answers, only more questions.
These are not mere dreams. With each vision, my power grows stronger.
of the evil one.
My power gives us the gateway to defeating the Dark Lord. Do not seek vengeance. This is the means. An army Talion, one for us to lead.
Let's see what you've got.
Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor feature series explores the powers of the Wraith. Talion's lethal range of skills are greatly enhanced by the Wraith. But it will take more than just combat to bring down Sauron's war machine.
That sorcery won't protect you from my blade.
The Wraith grants the Ranger with a powerful ability to dominate and terrorize his enemies. Domination allows Talion to pierce the minds of his adversaries, identifying their strengths and fears. By avoiding his enemies' strengths and exploiting their fears, Talion can make even the most savage of warriors flee in terror.
My loyal Uruk will die before they let you touch me. Do your worst.
The combination of Wraith powers and the dynamic living world of the Nemesis system allows each player to craft a unique experience on every playthrough. Dominate, terrorize, and turn your enemies against each other as you cause chaos amongst Sauron's ranks and leave your mark on Mordor.
What have you seen in your visions?
I have seen Sauron's servants. The tower. And the Black Hand.
Bring me the head of this grave walker.
They bring much suffering.
Where was your bravery when we bled your wife and gutted your son?
Bow to me.
We bow to no one. Stand up and fight.
You cannot escape us.
Meet Ratbag.
Oh! You bastards! Nah! When I am war chief, these birds will feast on your guts!
A lowly orc soldier,
Get lost, scum!
destined for death.
Now, what would you know that all these other dead orcs did?
Ratbag can teach you the ways of the orc.
Wait, baby, you call this a duel? No! I call this losing a duel, you glob!
But with a little help from you.
We'd better hurry, or he'll lose his head. Awfully tempting, isn't it?
That didn't hurt at all.
He may be useful.
Once the war chief hears of my victory, he'll make me his personal bodyguard.
And how does this help me?
A backstabbing bodyguard?
You make sure you keep your head on your neck this time.
Yeah, no, well, that's my plan. Yeah.
You can take him from an orc that snivels and whines.
Make sure you show up to take the place of the dead war chief.
But the war chief's not dead.
I'm going to go kill him!
Oh, good plan!
To a mighty war chief.
Finally. Ratbag is war chief!
That snivels and whines.
I just thought that we...
Orcs. Your power penetrates the mind, like that of the evil one.
My power gives us a gateway to defeating the Dark Lord.
Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor. Rated M for mature.
It was here, on the slopes of Mount Doom, that the Dark Lord Sauron was defeated by a last alliance of men and elves. It is here that for 2,500 years the Rangers of Gondor stood watch, guarding against a nameless threat they had all but forgotten. And while the strength of Gondor faded, the power and malice of Sauron grew in darkness. He has returned to Mordor. Shadow and flame have fallen on the Black Gate, and no mortal man can stand in its path.
Welcome to Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor. You are Talion, a fallen ranger of Gondor and a guardian of the Black Gates, murdered along with everyone you've ever loved by Sauron's Black Captains. A mysterious elven spirit has brought you back from beyond the grave. Initially, the Wraith remembers nothing and relies on Talion to help him discover his identity.
Only you could accomplish such art, Celebrimbor.
Greatest smith of the Second Age. I'd heard the stories, but...
I remember my name now. I shaped the history of Middle-earth. I crafted the Rings of Power.
As Celebrimbor learns more of his past and his connection to the Rings of Power, they realize that all of Middle-earth will be doomed if they cannot reach the Dark Lord. Celebrimbor enhances Talion's deadly skills and grants him the gift and curse to cheat death. But perhaps the most powerful Wraith's skill is the ability to enter the minds of his enemies, to both manipulate and terrify. Outnumbered and targeted by all, Talion and Celebrimbor must work in unison to learn of their true potential and bring to justice those that have taken everything from them.
The curse has bound us together.
Then how do we break this curse?
We find the one who cast it on us.
Talion's ultimate goal is to get to Sauron's Black Captains.
Bring me the head of this grave walker.
Along the way, Talion will encounter friends and allies in the most unexpected of places.
The precious. It showed us treasures of the Bright Master.
Some characters have valuable information that will help Talion find answers.
Why have you returned? You are not done yet.
Others will teach Talion methods that will prove very useful in his journeys.
I'm Torvin, the Beast Hunter.
Ratbag will tell you everything.
We're going to to find out what you know.
Both familiar faces and new allies are all at the mercy of Sauron's war machine. Talion faces not only scores of depraved orcs and their captains, but also deadly beasts and the Black Captains themselves.
Bow to me.
We bow to no one.
Stand up and fight.
Runes add powerful buffs to Talion's weapons and are dropped as loot when enemy captains are vanquished. Epic runes are rare and powerful upgrades that can make Talion's weapons even more legendary. Finding an epic rune requires Talion to dominate a captain and have him deliver a death threat to his war chief. Hearing that Talion is after him and is promising a cruel death, the war chief surrounds himself with bodyguards for protection.
You want to fight? All he's got to do is ask.
Defeating the war chief and his gang is no easy task, but the reward is great. With the death threat fulfilled, the war chief drops an epic rune. Through a variety of customizable rune combinations and his weapons, Talion will become a legend and brandish an arsenal without equal in all of Mordor.
But Ratbag can teach you the ways of the orc. Ratbag can make your plan work.
The Nemesis system populates Mordor with dynamic and personal enemies who will remember each interaction with Talion.
Didn't I kill you once already? Ah, bollocks!
Every Uruk has their own unique tendencies, from cunning
What trickery will I learn from dissecting your corpse?
to weak and easily spooked. All Uruks are looking to make a name for themselves, gain power, and rise in rank.
I'll end it quickly.
Orc society is based on a military hierarchy. Powerful war chiefs rule strongholds, while their merciless captains do the dirty work. Any Uruk who manages to kill Talion will be immediately promoted and celebrated. Promotions are also granted upon successful completion of missions such as beast hunts, feasts, and recruitment missions.
Are you ready to join a real army, maggots?
By using the powers of the Wraith, Talion can cause power struggles that disrupt Sauron's army.
No man can face a true Uruk. Are there any true Uruk here? Rise up and kill this fool!
And by dominating and branding powerful captains, Talion can amass his own orc army behind enemy lines.
Ranger! Oh, well, now that's what I call teamwork, eh?
Orcs.
The harsh and unforgiving land of Mordor is not only populated by vindictive Uruks, but is also home to terrifying beasts of various sizes. Some too big and dangerous to ignore.
First lesson of Caragor hunting. Do not die.
Talion must learn to harness the powers of these ferocious beasts, eventually gaining the ability to dominate and bend them to his will.
We've got guts. Let's go spill some, eh?
When you pre-order Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor, you'll receive the Dark Ranger character skin, along with a Test of Power challenge mode. In this timed challenge mode, you must completely annihilate a hit list of Uruk captains and war chiefs.
So you missed the feast we had at the gate, did you? After we killed your woman?
Get a head start on upgrades with runes dropped during the challenge, and earn a place atop the leaderboards. See if you can become the bane of all orcs.
Ooh, am I supposed to be scared?
The season pass includes the exclusive Guardians of the Flaming Eye, a warband of Sauron's elite defenders. Early access to the Trials of War challenge modes, as well as the Lord of the Hunt expansion, which includes new enemies and hours of gameplay. And the Bright Lord expansion lets you continue the epic story as Celebrimbor himself.
Why do we chase these dreams? They offer no answers, only more questions!
These are not mere dreams. With each vision, my power grows stronger. My power gives us a gateway to defeating the Dark Lord. Do not seek vengeance. This is the means. An army, Talion. One for us to lead. There will be more battles, Charlie.
Must prepare!
Get the season pass to unlock an exclusive mission to destroy the Guardians of the Flaming Eye and battle Sauron's elite legions to earn epic runes. Test your skills in 4 challenge modes, gain experience in runes, and compare your victories with friends on the online leaderboards. Season pass owners unlock every challenge mode instantly for a head start in their domination of Mordor.
Time to go hunting!
Gain new skills and unique epic runes as you hunt and tame legendary monsters of Mordor in these all-new story missions.
My powers return!
Play as Celebrimbor, the great elven king of the Second Age, and wield the Ring of Power to face the Dark Lord Sauron himself.
I like it.
Am I dead?
You are banished from death. A curse binds us together.
Who are you?
I shaped the history of Middle-earth. I crafted the Rings of Power.
Celebrimbor, greatest smith of the Second Age. Sauron deceived you into making the rings. He tortured both you and your kin. I had a family once, and I buried them along with everyone I even knew.
Perhaps that pain is what connects us.
Very soon, the Dark Lord and his army will march all over Mordor. I have seen Sauron's sons. They bring much suffering.
Can the curse be broken?
Destroy the Black Hand and his followers and claim Mordor.
How? How do I do this?
Your power.
What do you know of the Black Hand?
It's not about rules.
Come close if you want the Black Hand.
What would you know that all these other dead orcs didn't?
Come this way.
I do not trust him.
We're lucky to have you.
Don't be blinded by your emotions.
I'll have your guts.
Where are the servants of the Dark Lord?
Kill him!
Those who have experienced Shadow of Mordor know that there are limitless ways to play, and limitless stories of vengeance to be forged. The following is inspired by just one of the many real stories from our community and recreated now for you.
The first orc that killed me became my first real nemesis.
You were really worth hunting down!
After my death, he ascended to captain. I vowed I would have my revenge. Although he was powerful, I discovered he was vulnerable to stealth attacks. I tracked him down, followed him from the rooftops. When the moment was right, I attacked from above and landed a death blow. Many days and many miles away, I saw him again.
Manfield! You will die quickly!
His wounds were now covered by steel, but he was alive and seeking vengeance. I had to finish what I started. Our blades clashed, and we began to fight, striking and countering each other's attacks. But in the end, This would be our final battle. That was my first nemesis. It won't be my last.
There's a pack of war chiefs just arrived in Nurn. Call themselves Beastmasters.
Every war chief is a scourge upon this land. Beastmaster or no, I will end them.
Time to go hunting!
Carve you up and deliver your pieces to the corners of Mordor! I smash you for this! Smash until death!
Middle-earth is in great peril, Celebrimbor.
The Dark Lord has the One Ring. If I do not stand against him, Middle-earth will fall.
Take care, Silverhand. If you defeat Sauron and take the One, you may become something far worse.
Once and for all! There is nothing for you here but death. I am the true Lord of the Rings! Of this grave walker.
My power gives us a gateway to defeating the Dark Lord.
I am the true Lord of the
developers have spoken. Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor is one of 2014's most awarded games.
You cannot escape us.
And now you can own the complete experience with Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor Game of the Year Edition, including every mission, rune, skin, and challenge mode ever released. The most talked about game of 2014 is this year's must-own experience. Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor Game of the Year Edition.
In the land of Mordor.
Deathwalker! You know nothing of suffering, but I can show you. Bring me the head of this grave walker.
Claim the head yourself.
Suffer me now! Kill him! Bet you thought I'd die! Guess what? I didn't! I'm gonna make you die now! Ranger! I will see you through to your end!
In 2014, Shadow of Mordor introduced the revolutionary Nemesis system. Millions of players forged their own personal stories with unique enemies and allies.
Now you perish.
And now, with the all-new free Nemesis Forge update, their stories will continue in Shadow of War. Launch Shadow of Mordor and select the Nemesis Forge game mode. If you've already played Shadow of Mordor, the Nemesis Forge will automatically detect your highest ranking orc nemesis. If you're new to the game, you'll be facing your own unique nemesis soon. The Nemesis Forge will also identify your most loyal orc follower, who will help you overthrow Sauron's forces. When the highly anticipated Shadow of War releases on October 10th this year, your nemesis and follower will be waiting for you.
The time has come for this debt to be paid.
Nemesis Forge available only with the purchase of Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor and Middle-earth: Shadow of War on Microsoft Xbox One, Sony PlayStation 4, or PC digital download, and subject at all times to the WB Terms of Service. Nemesis Forge is not available in Japan.